again, and welcome to Caravanning in Queensland. Well, it may be said that buying a caravan isn't cheap these days, but let's remember that it's much less expensive than buying your own beachside apartment.
Further to that, some sites in beach and riverside caravan parks will offer you a waterfront site and get you closer to the water than just about any beachside dwelling anywhere in the country. And they don't get much more perfect than this, Cotton Tree Caravan Park. Facing north on the Maroochy River on the Sunshine Coast, this council-owned and operated park is heritage listed and has a long history dating back to the late 1800s as a place of leisure and respite. Early morning at Cotton Tree is busy. Walkers and runners, coffee fiends and fishermen all going about their pre-dawn passions. It's easy to see why you wouldn't want to waste a minute of this by sleeping in. These days, of course, it's right in the heart of all the action, with a bustling food, beverage and accommodation precinct to its west and south. It's the perfect destination to bring the van or motorhome and live large for a few days.
This incoming tide sort of rolling over this bank here and stirring up all the sand and all the nutrients, and you would think, if you're any sort of fisherman, that maybe there's a couple of bigger fish there lurking in that deeper water, but who cares? I mean, just look at the place. I don't care if I don't get a bite. It's magic.
Fishing, paddleboarding and kayaking are easy here with direct access to the water from the park. And if you're super lucky, you might even land one of these sites, which offers the most spectacular views north over the Maroochy River. The perfect spot for sundowners later in the day. So this is what I'm talking about. Have a look at how close we are to the water here. And we came past and I saw Claire sitting here. You're from Toowoomba?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about how you get a site like this at Cotton Tree.
It's very hard. Us here now is 1.5 years in the making.
Yep.
We ordered the caravan 1.5 years ago, picked it up in October. Had to go to extreme lengths to get this site. My husband can tell you a bit more about that. But yeah, we booked this about 1 year ago, and someone had to give it up in order for us to have it. And now it's ours until we choose to give it up, which won't be for a while.
I was making the point that, these sites here particularly, I mean, they're so sought after, but they are closer than anybody could live naturally to the water in an apartment, aren't they? I mean,
Yes.
you can throw a rock into the water.
Yes, that's probably 5 steps, to the beach.
To the
Yeah,
beach.
It's amazing.
And I guess Cotton Tree, why Cotton Tree Park? What is it that appeals to you? I guess right in front of us, isn't it?
Yes, well, there are other parks where you can be almost as close to the beach, but for us, we have young kids and we like the waveless beach here.
Yeah.
I know heaps of kids love to surf, which you can do around the corner. There's big waves just around the corner.
Sure.
But for us, we like to float and have a paddle, so this is absolutely perfect. And plus, you can just hook up and go, and any fresh food, anything you need, pizza, beer, wine, food, it's all just there.
Across the road.
It's all a hop, skip and a jump away. It's
So
so convenient.
never in fear of coming away and going, oh, I forgot to bring the tomato sauce. You can go
Exactly.
across the road and get it. Now,
so easy.
tell me about this caravanning lifestyle of yours, because this is a beautiful van you've got here, the Lotus.
Yes.
How did that come to be?
Well, we started coming to the beach because, as you said, we're from Toowoomba, so we have a lot in Toowoomba, but not a beach. We used to stay down South Coast, and we found the closest apartment building we could to the beach, but you still have to load up your wagon, load up the kids, sunscreen everyone up, go down 10 floors in a lift, go across the road to the beach, and quite often you've forgotten something, or you have to go back for some reason, etc. And my husband and I just thought there's got to be a better way. This is our 3rd caravan, even though we've only been caravanning 2 years.
Right.
We quickly worked out what we liked and what we needed, and the way I like to think about it now when people say, oh, you have a caravan, is that this is my 7-star apartment on wheels. I can take it anywhere and we can go to beautiful locations like this and have everything we need just the way we want it, with our own sheets, our own towels, our own everything. And it just is so easy, especially if you have kids. It's just too easy, which is why we're here as often as we are. Someone walked past the other day and she said, how are you enjoying the site? We're on this exact site after you. Yeah, so, and we asked her about what she had to go through, and she said, oh, I can't remember because we secured this site 17 years ago.
Wow. I can see why. It is $1 million listing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's
yeah.
absolutely incredible. Good on you. I'll let you get back to your holiday.
Great, thank you so much.
Facilities inside the park include camp kitchen and all the usual amenities. I did, however, say on this trip that we'd be living large. And so, with the dollars that I've saved on a caravan site here versus expensive rental accommodation there, I've decided to indulge in some local seafood at a riverside restaurant with a huge reputation. The boat shed was in fact many years ago a real boat shed, which today, under the giant cotton trees, has flourished to become a must-do at some point on the Sunshine Coast foodie trail. Specialising in seafood, its menu sits perfectly within the riverside environment, and with views that match its wine list. Superb. In a way, it feels like the town has grown up around the caravan park. It was such fantastic foresight by the powers that went before us to protect these council parks on prime land for future generations. And there are others on the sunny coast that have similar $1 million beachfront locations. All worth checking out and all the type of land that developers would just love to get their hands on. Coolum Beach, Majimba, Maroochy River, Mooloolaba and Dicky Beach parks are all council owned and protected for us and forever. Now everyone will have their favourites, and that may well come back to what park you went to for summer holidays as a child. But if there is one gem in the sunny coast crown, I reckon Cotton Tree could be it.
So, Josh, I couldn't help but notice that accent of yours. Where are you from?
Yeah, Yorkshire in the UK.
And how long have you been out here?
I've been in Australia 12 months now. I've been working at the park for just over 6 months.
Right, so
Yeah.
I would suggest coming from Yorkshire, this would be a dream job, would it not?
Yeah, I mean, at home at the moment when I speak to parents, it's -1.
So, mate, for people that have never been here, tell me a little bit about this park. Why is it so desirable?
I think it speaks for itself, really. I mean, you've got the Maroochy River here, north facing, on one side of the park,
Yeah.
and then you've got the Pacific Ocean on the other side. So for the guys that want a chilled out day on the river, they've got that. Or for the guys that want the surf and a little bit more life as such, they've got the ocean. Obviously, you've got the bars and restaurants across the road. The park's in great condition, and I think people just like it for what it is, really. It speaks for itself.
It's amazing. It would be the poster child for council-run parks, wouldn't it, anywhere in Australia?
Yeah.
I can't think of a better location or destination.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the land is council owned and it's privately operated, but we receive great support from the council. There's a great working relationship there. So yeah, it works for both parties, I think. And yeah, absolutely. Like, the council have been able to keep hold of this land and offer it as a great park for people to come on a good holiday.
And as an international visitor yourself, I mean, if you've been to places like the Med, you know, the south of France, you'll know that all of this land gets bought up by people who have got plenty of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
These opportunities don't exist in other parts of the world, do they?
Yeah.
For people on low income or people who just want to come away for a cheap family holiday.
Absolutely, and I think that's the thing in Australia, that there's so much land, everything is a lot more spread out. So that's the beauty of it. Whereas in, obviously, like you say, in Europe, everyone's sitting on top of each other a lot more. So you go to campsites and they have to be in the middle of nowhere to be able to get the land as such. So to be here so accessible to everywhere, kind of an hour and 20 from Brisbane, we get a lot of people just coming for weekends because it is so accessible, like you say.
And just like our childhood memories of these parks, things have changed a lot here over the years. Alexandra Headlands and Mooloolaba are thriving tourism destinations and just a short hop down the beach from Maroochy River. And it's well worth checking out their shopping and dining precincts while you're here. Yep, we're sure spoiled for choice when it comes to council parks in great locations on the sunny coast. A great Australian tradition and legacy for future generations who love the outdoor lifestyle, love the beach and love $1 million view. That's all we got time for on this episode of Caravanning in Queensland. See you on the Sunshine Coast real soon.